Welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Dhanya. Let's take a look at the top story first. Pregnant woman dies at Reams Hospital. Maternal family of deceased suspects foul play. Refuses to accept body until real cause is known. The news in detail. Death of young and pregnant women in suspicious circumstances seems to happen almost every alternate week in Manipur. Cries of anguish and sorrow over the death of Ranjita and Eliza have hardly died down when yet another young woman has died at the Reams Hospital last night. This time the wrath of the relatives has been poured over not the hospital where she was taken for treatment but the husband's family. The deceased woman has been identified as Akoijam Ongbi Monica, aged 20, wife of Akoijam Kiran, residing at Iroishemba, Mamang, Hiden. She is said to have been 3 months pregnant. She was brought to Reams Hospital last night for treatment of her illness alleged to be asphyxia. She breathed her last in the wee hours today. Her maternal family has expressed strong suspicion over the death, stating that it is a conspiracy killing by the family of her husband. The maternal family has refused to accept the dead body until the real cause of the death is known. The body has been kept at the Reams morgue after post-mortem was conducted. Mother of Monica said her son-in-law Kiran informed them around 1:30 a.m. that Monica has been hospitalized. When they went to Reams, Monica was found to be given oxygen. She was alone at the hospital. There was no one from the family of the husband. She died shortly afterward. The mother said her daughter was 3 months pregnant. She was always ill-treated and ostracized by the family of her son-in-law. Not only that, she was forced to starve many times. The fact that she was alone at the hospital when she was struggling for life clearly gives rise to suspicion of a conspiracy, she said. Even during the post-mortem, it was found that she had vomited blood before her death. Unless and until the real cause of the death is established, the dead body will not be accepted, the family members of the deceased said. They appeal to the people to help find out the truth of the death. A one-day training program for farmers on the National Mission on Micro-Irrigation organized by District Officer, Horticulture and Soil Conservation, Senapati District under the aegis of Department of Horticulture and Soil Conservation, Government of Manipur was held at the DRDA Hall at Senapati yesterday. Many farmers from different villages of the district participated in the training program. DC Senapati District Jacinta Lazarus IAS, District Officer Horticulture and Soil Conservation N. Biren and District Agriculture Officer Senapati Division N. Binabon were the chief guest, president and guest of honor respectively at the inaugural function. Several experts spoke as resource persons at the training program. District Officer Horticulture and Soil Conservation N. Biren said the role of farmers in bringing development in a state is enormous. In the hill districts, if the farmers conserve water during the rainy season and irrigate the crops during the winter, the production of crops will increase considerably and help the economic growth. Chief guest of the function, Jacinta Lazarus, said the training program is very important for the farmers. It will give a lot of useful information to the farmers, she said.
That we go into the block levels, the village level. We need to go there, we need to meet people because it might be very difficult for a poor farmer to travel all the way from a very interior place and come and attend the training program, then go back. So it will make a lot of difference if we go to them, and it is our responsibility as a government official to reach out to the public.
The agitation demanding implementation of ILPS in Manipur continues unabated. A large number of students of CC Higher Secondary School today held a protest procession demanding implementation of the system in the state. However, a team of Imphal East Police stopped the procession when the students arrived near Puleiromba Khongnangkhong. The students were allowed to go up to the traffic point of Palace Gate by the police. Later, the students were driven back to their school. students and teachers of Macha Lema School, Palace Compound, today staged a sit-in protest demanding implementation of ILPS in the state in front of the school. Many placards with various slogans demanding implementation of the system were displayed during the protest by the students and teachers. On the other hand, students of Alpha School, Thangmaiban Hijam Dewan Lekai, also staged a sit-in protest demanding implementation of ILPS by suspending one day's routine class in front of the school today. The students held placards displaying slogans like "Implement ILP in the state" and "Save indigenous people," etc. The students also shouted various slogans. Talking to the ISTV News, a student protester said, "ILP is very important in the state in order to protect the indigenous people. The demand is not for individuals. It is a demand for people of different communities living in the state. However, it is condemnable that instead of implementing the system, the government, which is considered as guardians of the people, is exercising excess power to suppress the issue by beating up the agitators," he said. Besides, the authority concerned must clarify why they are objecting to the implementation of the system in the state at the earliest, he demanded.
Karigumba masida phambasida miyeng changsanbiduna koina mai pa koiragadi masida koi dogi matik yamna penjagani aduga madudi natadana miyeng changsanbidragadi koina masida atoba iho kya ma hogalakani haibagi yorosma thamjani.
As part of intensified diarrhea control fortnight, District Health Mission Society Imphal West today organized a spot painting competition on the theme Personal Hygiene to Control Diarrhea at Bhairodan Maxwell Hindi Primary School. Chief Medical Officer Imphal West Dr. S. Bimola Kumari Devi, Headmistress of the school KH Sunita Devi, and many officials of the society attended. About 40 students from various schools under Imphal West Zone 1 took part in the competition. Vidyarani Vairopam of Bangoy Junior High School bagged the first prize. T.H. Haripriya of Bairodan Maxwell Hindi High School stood the second position, and T.H. Jyotin of Haurebi Junior High School the third position respectively. Prizes were distributed to the position holders by those dignitaries present on the days. Many speakers elaborated how to prevent from diarrhea. Talking to the ISTV News, CMO Imphal West S. Bimola Kumari said, various awareness programs on controlling diarrhea have been conducted at different places in Imphal West district. Street play has been presented and ORS packets and zinc tablets distributed to children from 0 to 5 years through the Ashas, primary health centers and community health centers free of cost. The objective of organizing the spot painting competition is to give awareness to the children and observe their ideas on controlling diarrhea too, she said. Apunba Manipur Matam Ishai Kanglup Amic observed 2-minute silence as a tribute to the renowned lyricist Konsaba Ibochauba during the screening for the Best of Amic 2014 on August 6. The list of selected candidates for the preliminary round to be held on August 10 at Lamyanba Shanglane Palace Compound has been released. Altogether, 37 candidates have been selected. All the candidates are informed to report at the spot in time. Joint Secretary of Amic, Mayingbam Dhananjoy, has also appealed to all Matam Ishai lovers to attend the preliminary round. Leaders of India and Myanmar jointly planted teak saplings at the camp of 9 Assam Rifles, More. During the plantation program, DC of Tamu, OC of Tamu Forest from Myanmar, and Brigadier of 26th Sector Rajiv Shibar and CEO of 8 Assam Rifles Anandi from India participated. The plantation program was held in apprehension of the likely extinction of the teak tree, which used to cover most of the hills of More areas. But today, the number of teak trees has gone down drastically. Moving on to some national and international news now. Former BJP leader Jaswant Singh is in a critical condition after being operated upon for a head injury at the Army Research and Referral Hospital following a fall at his residence. The 76-year-old former defense minister was admitted to the hospital around 11 p.m. yesterday after he fell down. The BSF Jawan, who was captured by Pakistan in their territory after being swept away by a strong current of the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir, will be handed back today, Home Minister Rajnath Singh said. The Jawan will be handed over to us at 3 p.m. at the Octroi post along the border. The DG of BSF has already left for Jammu to receive the Jawan. The decision has been taken following a flag meeting between the Border Security Force and Pakistan Rangers yesterday, he said. The BSF Jawan who was swept away into Pakistan by strong currents of Chenab River and picked up by Pakistan Rangers today said he was treated better than his expectation and was looking forward to meeting his family. Satyashi Yadav told reporters in Pakistan before he was to be handed over to BSF authorities that his boat accidentally strayed into Pakistan after it went out of control in strong river currents. In order to revamp bureaucracy and promote efficiency and transparency, the Narendra Modi government on Friday amended the All India Services rules on the conduct of bureaucrats. The amendments stated that every member of these services will maintain high ethical standards, integrity and honesty. The Government of India has amended All India Services Conduct Rules 1968 in Rule 3 Clause 1 after Sub-Rule Clause 1 by inserting Sub-Rule Clause 1A and Rule 3 Clause 2 after Sub-Rule Clause 2A by inserting Sub-Rule Clause 2B. And these rules are called the All India Services Conduct Amendment Rules 2014. According to amendments, bureaucrats will maintain political neutrality, accountability and transparency, and they will promote the principles of merit, fairness and impartiality in the discharge of their duties. Members of Parliament created uproar on Friday over the continuous absence of Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar and actress Rekha in the Rajya Sabha. Questioning their absence, CPI member P. Rajiv said, if they are absent for 60 days, their seat can be vacated. Criticizing both, lyricist and scriptwriter Javed Akhtar said, membership of Parliament is not a trophy. Sachin should come to Parliament. Mentioning that both Sachin and Rekha have not taken a single MP privilege, Rajiv Shukla said, they should attend Parliament more frequently. India is on the alert for the Ebola virus, said Health Minister Harshvardhan, suggesting there is a risk the deadly virus could be imported into the country if the large population of Indians working in the 4 affected West African nations returns. There are nearly 45,000 Indian nationals living and working in Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone and Nigeria, where an outbreak of the disease has killed 932 people. The World Health Organization on Friday declared the Ebola outbreak in West Africa to be an international public health emergency that requires an extraordinary response to stop its spread. The World Health Organization announced the Ebola outbreak, the largest and longest in history, is worrying enough to merit being declared an international health emergency. At least 70 students were hospitalized after alleged gas leak at the KMML, Kerala Minerals and Metals Limited factory in Kollam Thursday. The students are now in a stable condition. But a day after the incident, residents of Kollam seemed fearful about the gas leak and its after effects. Operations of the KMML have also been temporarily shut down. Doctors, however, say that while the children are being treated on the basis of symptoms that indicate the possibility of the presence of a toxic gas, the exact correlation between the gas leak and their condition cannot be established medically. Reserve Bank Governor Raghuram Rajan has warned that global markets are at the risk of a crash due to the lingering competitive loose monetary policies being followed by the developed economies. Warning that the current build-up of financial sector imbalances may cause sudden price reversals and sharp spikes in volatility, Rajan said, we are taking a greater chance of having another crash at a time when the world is less capable of bearing the cost. And now let's take a look at the top story once again. Pregnant woman dies at Reams Hospital. Maternal family of deceased suspects foul play. Refuses to accept body until real cause is known. Thanks for joining us and do keep watching ISTV News for more updates.